Good evening, student. After learning the various names of interface, now in this video we'll try to list down all the MCQs which comes on G1S and G2 phases. This is a very important topic. NCERT will always prefer to ask the question on these particular phases. So let's try to learn in detail about the G1S and the G2 phase. So in this video we will list down the MCQs which comes under each specific stage. So we have already learned about the interface. Interface is further subdivided into G1, S and G2 phase. Clear? So we are here making a huge circle. And now we will list down each MCQ on each particular stage. So this is a cell cycle, and here the 5% area of cell cycle is M phase, and this remaining 95% area is interphase. This interphase is further divided into G1, S and G2 phase. Clear? Now we have already learned about the various name of G1 phase. The G1 phase is also called as growth phase 1. It is also called as gap phase 1. It is also called as post mitotic phase, as it is happening after mitosis, and it is also called as pre-synthetic phase, as this phase is happening before the S phase. Now what other work the cell will perform in G1 phase? This is a MCQ related topic कि G1 phase में और कौन सी चीज़ें होती है सर, सेल वो कौन सी चीज़ें हैं जो G1 phase में परफॉर्म करता है. सो G1 फेज में मेनली आरएनए और नॉन हिस्टोन प्रोटीन का सिंथेसिस शुरू होता है, जो कि कंटिन्यू होता है अप टू G2 फेज. सो इन दिस फेज द सेल विल स्टार्ट विथ सिंथेसिस ऑफ आरएनए एंड नॉन हिस्टोन प्रोटीन्स. नॉन हिस्टोन, इस पे ध्यान रखना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यू है कि आरएनए और नॉन हिस्टोन प्रोटीन का जो सिंथेसिस है वो चालू होता है G1 फेज में और वो कंटिन्यू होता है अप टिल G2 फेज. क्लियर? एंड दिस फेज इज ऑल्सो अ डिसीजन मेकिंग फेज. इट इज अ डिसीजन मेकिंग फेज because cell have to decide whether it have to continue the cell cycle or to stop the cell cycle. Cell have to take this decision in G1 phase only. Clear? And if the cell has decided not to go for cell division, then cell can go out of the cell cycle and it can rest in G0 phase. Okay, that's why it is called as decision making phase, and it is also called as restriction point or checkpoint. So it is called as restriction point or checkpoint. So it is also called as restriction point or checkpoint. Then G1 is the longest phase of interphase. This also comes as an MCQ. It is a longest phase of interphase. The longest phase of cell cycle is interphase, but the longest phase of interphase is G1 phase. It is the most variable stage. G1 phase is also a most variable stage. because the duration of G1 phase is not fixed. As it is related with the growth of the cell will double in size in G1 phase. But how much time it will going to take place to doubling, it is variable. So it is a most variable cell. The cell will double in this phase. As the cell is dividing under a trace condition, so ATP and protein required for cell division, it is synthesized in the last stage or towards the ending of G1 phase. So this phase is also called as antiphase. So this is also important MCQ, which phase is called as antiphase. G1 phase is called as antiphase. So these are the various names to G1 phase, and these are the important things the cell will perform in G1 phase. Now when the cell will complete the G1 phase, it will get transferred into S phase. But before entering into S phase, the cell have to cross a checkpoint. This is a line which will denote a checkpoint between G1 phase and S phase. This checkpoint is a major checkpoint, okay, and cell have to cross this checkpoint to enter into S phase. This checkpoint is called as G1S checkpoint. So to enter into S phase, the cell must cross G1S checkpoint, and for crossing this checkpoint, cell will require certain cyclin compounds. These cyclin compounds are G1 cyclin and CDC2 kinine. These are the important molecules which are required by the cell to cross this particular checkpoint. Once the cell has crossed this checkpoint, now the cell cannot abort the process of cell division. Cell have to continue with the cell cycle. अगर सेल ने G1 फेज कंप्लीट कर ली तो G1 फेज के बाद सेल एंटर होगा S फेज में, लेकिन जो सेल G1 फेज से S फेज में जाएगा उसे एक चेक पॉइंट क्रॉस करना पड़ेगा. इस चेक पॉइंट का नाम है G1S चेक पॉइंट. ये एक मेजर चेक पॉइंट है सेल की लाइफ में, और इस चेक पॉइंट को क्रॉस करने के लिए सेल को G1 साइक्लिन और CDC2 काइनिन ये मॉलिक्यूल्स लगेंगे. ये प्रोसेस एक नॉन रिवर्सिबल प्रोसेस है, क्योंकि एक बार सेल ने ये G1S चेक पॉइंट क्रॉस किया और सेल अगर S फेज में एंटर हुआ तो इसके बाद सेल डिवीजन की प्रोसेस को अबॉर्ट नहीं कर सकता, कैंसिल नहीं कर सकता, उसे अब सेल डिवीजन करना ही पड़ेगा. Clear for this thing? So these are all the MCQs which comes on the G1 phase. Now speaking about the S phase. The S phase is a synthetic phase. So S here stand for a synthesis phase. This phase is a very important event in the cell life cycle, because the DNA replication in nucleus and centriole duplication in cytoplasm will takes place in this phase. So the two specific MCQs which comes on S phase is, this stage is responsible for replication of DNA inside the nucleus and duplication of centriole in cytoplasm. So these are the two important events which cell will perform in S phase, and maximum time NCERT will ask you the question about DNA replication, कि which stage is important for DNA replication. The answer is S phase. S फेज के अंदर सेल अपना डीएनए रेप्लिकेट करेगा, जितना भी उसके पास डीएनए है वो डीएनए का कंटेंट डबल हो जाएगा और ये चीज़ न्यूक्लियस में होगी. लेकिन सेंट्रियोल जो साइटोप्लाज्म में है वो भी इसी स्टेज के दौरान डुप्लीकेट होगा. सो ये दो इवेंट जो है वो एस फेज में होते हैं. अगर सेल को हमने माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर देखा और हमें एक की जगह दो सेंट्रियोल दिख रहे हैं, दैट मीन्स दैट सेल हैज ऑलरेडी कंप्लीटेड द एस फेज ऑफ सेल साइकिल. क्लियर फॉर दिस थिंग? Here the cell will duplicates or replicates its DNA, but the most important thing is the number of chromosome will not change. The content of chromosome will definitely change, but number will remain constant. Let's say for example, if the cell which is undergoing a cell division at this point, at this particular point, the cell which is undergoing a cell division is a diploid cell which is having 2n number of chromosome and the content of chromosome, weight wise the content of chromosome is suppose 2c. Okay, so the cell which is undergoing a cell cycle is having chromosome number 2n and it is having a content of 2c. Here we have to remember one most important point. See, the content, the weight of single set of chromosome is considered as C value. Clear? So a genomic content of a cell, weight of single set of chromosome is called as C value. Clear? So a single set, that means 23 क्रोमोसोम का जो वेट है ह्यूमन सेल में उसे हम C कंसीडर करते हैं. तो एक जो सेल डिवीजन करने वाला है उसके पास दो सेट्स है क्रोमोसोम के. अगर दो सेट है और एक सेट का वजन C है तो दो सेट का वजन हो जाएगा. सो 46 क्रोमोसोम का जो वेट है वो हो जाएगा 2C. एक सेट को हम n कहते हैं, यानी n का जो वेट है, एक सेट का वेट, हैप्लॉइड नंबर का जो वेट है वो C है. इसीलिए 46 क्रोमोसोम इज इक्वल टू 2n. सो 2n क्रोमोसोम का जो वेट होगा वो होगा 2C. क्लियर फॉर दिस थिंग? सो अ सेल विच इज अंडरगोइंग a cell division at this particular point in G1 phase is having a chromosome number of 2n and the weight of chromosome is 2C. Now, whenever the cell will replicate the DNA, but obviously the content will get double, that means the value of C will change from 2C to 4C. Okay, so here the cell content is 4C. The content of DNA will get double, the weight will get double, but the number will remain same because the double chromosomes are attached to each other at a single point called as centromere. Clear? So this was the original chromosome from paternal side and this was the original chromosome from maternal side. Okay, let me show it like this. This is the chromosome from paternal side and this is the original chromosome from maternal side. As the cell has replicated the DNA, it will double the DNA content. So this is the chromosome from paternal and maternal side. Clear? But now there are two chromatid in one chromosome, but these two chromatid are attached by a point called as centromere. And whenever we count the number of chromosome, we do not count the chromatid. We always count the number of centromere. And that's why these chromosomes are double chromosome. The content of the cell is double. But if you count the number of centromere, then the number of centromere will be same. So in S phase, the cell content is double, but the number of chromosome will remain same. That means this original cell which is undergoing the cell division at G1 phase, it is having 2N, 2C content of DNA, and after completing the S phase, the cell will have 4C content of DNA, but the number of chromosome will remain same. क्लियर? ये इसका मीनिंग क्या है एक्चुअली? तो इसका मीनिंग ये है कि ये जो सेल है इसका 2n नंबर है 46 और लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल इसके डीएनए का जो वजन है वो है 6 पिकोग्राम्स। क्लियर? अब जो सेल ने एस फेज कंप्लीट कर ली उस सेल का कंटेंट हो जाएगा 4C and 2N। दैट मीन्स द नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम हियर इज ऑल्सो 46 बट कंटेंट इज डबल। यहां पे 6 पिकोग्राम का कंटेंट था तो यहां कंटेंट हो जाएगा 12 picograms। Clear? So after completing the S phase, content of DNA will get double, but the number of chromosome will remain same because while counting the chromosome, we will count the centromere and not the chromatid. Clear for this thing? इस पूरे बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन पे हमेशा एनसीईआरटी आपको क्वेश्चन पूछेगी कि जो सेल डिवीजन जिस सेल ने चालू की उसका कंटेंट ये है और उसका क्रोमोसोम नंबर Y है, तो कैलकुलेट कीजिए कि सेल एस फेज के बाद उसका सेल कंटेंट क्या होगा और उसका नंबर क्या होगा। तो इसी बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन पे हमेशा एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चन पूछेगी। एज ये जो डबल हुए क्रोमोसोम है सेल में वो दिखते नहीं है, we cannot visualize these double content of chromosome inside a cell, visualize नहीं होते, इसीलिए S phase को हम invisible stage भी कहते हैं। So this S phase is also called as invisible stage. So do remember this MCQ also. Clear for this thing? Now speaking about the G2 phase.